I used to live on the 12th floor over there. Yep, right on the side.
So what was life like before we moved?
I believe it was good. The kids were, I guess, innocent. They didn't have too many problems. I mean, they were happy. They were innocent.
What was your experience before we moved down to North Carolina?
It was, well, I can't really explain it because I was so young.
Well, what do you remember?
Well, I just like remember thinking everything was fine at first, but then it all turning really bad really quickly.
How did it turn bad?
Well, we thought that our neighbors were gonna be nice and friendly to us, but then they just started being mean, you know? They wanted more than we could give.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't really like that.
How did you know the neighbor?
I only knew her because she was friends to my ex-wife.
I lived down here down in North Carolina for 1 year when I was 18 going on 19. And I worked in a hosiery mill, and that's how I met her. I needed a ride to and from work, and I offered to pay her gas money, and that's how we met.
Okay, so it was always a long distance.
Yeah, it was always a long distance relationship. And every couple of years, she would spend a week in New York, or I would spend a week in North Carolina. But it was a long distance friendship, and when we had to move from New York City down here to North Carolina, I got to see the lies that she had told me. Because the stories she told me when I lived in New York were always one-sided, her side. And I said, oh, that's messed up that this is happening, that's happening. But then I got to see her in action and realized that she's a lot the cause of her misery.
When did it first start?
I think it started when the fact of when the first time there was a pool and they decided to destroy the pump. They saw all the stuff that y'all had and how you were able to get it and how people were willing to help you, where they've been down there and they're like, well, nobody want to do nothing for us.
The interaction with Natalie's old friend, who was a neighbor, that went from a friendly assistance when we first got there to an attempt to dominate or alter our lives to the point where we were not happy.
Actually, the next door neighbors were enticing towards the family, which got Damon hurt and it got Chase hurt.
Bro, they just brought a whole damn fire truck down here. Beat the fuck out of that nigga over there. Nigga beat that.
I whooped that old ass nigga.
It really showed a bullying moment.
So that led to the conflict, which led to us having to leave eventually.
If you had the advantage, what would you have done differently?
If I lived down there and I had the position of being a law enforcement officer down there, things would have changed.
I would have just moved quicker.
I would want to understand the reason why.
Cut them off completely.
Beat them up.
If I had more money, we would never live next to them.
What is life like now that we have moved?
It is way better than living down there. That's all I have to say.
Is it better now from yesterday?
Yeah.
How so?
Finally got my first girlfriend.